Yes, thank you very much for having me. I give God the praise. I want to start by appreciating God and also our vibrant governor, uh, Right Honorable Amadu Umaru Fintri, for his bold step in also making this happen. So I want to really start also by talking about the significance of this chiefdom. I would say in a nutshell that this chiefdom is it signifies freedom for our people. It signifies progress and future development. Because looking at the marriage and different problems we have faced in the previous years because of lack of a rallying point that we can galvanize our strength to face the future. We lack such kind of point, I mean, the rallying point, and God has made it possible with the help of our governor to establish this new chiefdom, which will help us to come together for the progress of our land. Yes, as a traditional institution, this chiefdom wishes to uphold our own tradition of hard work. We know our people with that tradition is within us of hard work and also of honesty. And these are some of the virtues that we have in Michika Chiefdom that has made us to stand out in every spheres of life. And I believe we also, I want to uphold some of the tradition we have, the good ones, because we still have some that divides us that we really have to work on so that we only encourage those tradition that brings unity, tradition that helps us to grow, not the tradition that brings us down by creating division among ourselves. Whether you are whatever within our chiefdom, once you have one thing or the other to contribute, we'll make sure that uh, we bring you close and see how we can use the knowledge that God has given us to move our chiefdom forward. All the cultural values, when you talk about the tradition in terms of music in the whole world, I'm proud to say that Chiefdom has a lot of musical talents, and we can compare. I used to say when I was younger, to just in a way to a kind of praise my people. I say we have all the types of music. We talk of jazz, rock music, whatever type of music we have it in Michika Chiefdom, and this will be encouraged. If possible, we'll also develop a music school in Michika that will encourage all these musical talents and gifts that God has bestowed our land with. So these are some of the traditions that I will encourage hard work, encourage unity, encourage those values that brings about progress in our land. Yes, thank you for this question. When you look at development, the traditional institution is very close to the people. And because of that, they know their people, they know the land, the terrain. And with the institution, it will be easy to bring about peace and harmony because they are closer to the grassroots. They are closer to their people, they know them. And we have a way of shaming things that are not good in Kamo land or in the Michika chiefdom. So we will see generally the traditional institution is very, very important in bringing about peace and unity. But once you discourage bad behavior, any behavior that is not in line with harmony in the society, will discourage it totally and encourage those virtues that are good in bringing about unity. So we know that the traditional institution, once they are allowed to perform their duties as traditional institutions, you will find out that there will be no problem in that society. Issue of insecurity will be the things of the past, and I believe with the help of the government encouraging the traditional institution, the whole place will be very peaceful because they know who is who in the society, right from, it has a hierarchy of leadership, and which is down to the village level. And with that, they know their people very well, and they know who is good and who is bad. With that, it will help to galvanize peaceful coexistence among the people. So I believe the traditional institution is very, very important in bringing about peace and unity and development in any community. So thank you. I have a lot of plans for my people. It will not be easy to actualize them in just few uh, maybe years. It may take, there are short-term and long-term plans that I have for this chiefdom, which I believe in terms of governance will make sure that all the sectors, all the hierarchy of leadership in the chiefdom are all incorporated and well synergized to work together so that they will function as a unit that performs the desired result. So in terms of governance, all will be involved. None will be left out in the governance. And we'll also uh, encourage and also ask that government should help us in carrying out our duties, which they have been doing, and we appreciate that. In terms of economic development, a lot of things that are in place. I have programs that will help the youths to engage meaningfully in economic activities so that they will not sit idle, and which we know idle mind is a devil's workshop. And because of that, we'll try to engage them in meaningful activities in terms of agriculture, with the help of uh, both national and international bodies that will assist us to engage these youths in meaningful jobs that will help to bring about economic development. Socially, we're going to organize cultural events. We'll try to attract people to come to Michika because without people, even the economy of that place will not prosper. So we will find ways socially to interact with people, we will encourage social events, cultural festivals that will be a source of uh, a source of avenue where people will come together to socialize and also network. And by so doing, that will encourage tourism. And we know that tourism is also a way of generating wealth. So we will do all this, and we believe with the help that we are seeing, with the way our people are, this is very possible to achieve it in the very short time. The creation of the new chiefdoms and emirates will definitely bring about development because, as I have mentioned earlier, that people are closer. I mean, the institution is closer to the people at the grassroots. And by so doing, any government project, it will be easy to execute with the help of the traditional institution because they will mobilize people, they will organize them into cooperatives, they will be able to encourage them and sensitize them on the importance of the project that government is introducing. So once government have a project and traditional institutions are involved, it will be easily executed compared to when the project is a top bottom approach, because once you start a project that is top bottom, it's likely to fail. But with the traditional rulers or institution, it will help because the project will be from the bottom up. That means from the grassroots. And once the people sees a project to be theirs, once you involve them, they look at the project as theirs, and that will help them to protect that project and also to see that the project is successful. So with the help of traditional rulers or institutions, it will be very, very easy for government to execute their project without problems. So thank you. Thank you. The projects I have in mind, I'm mostly I look at projects that are agricultural is easy to start because within 2 or 3 years you see the result. So we'll start. I have a plan of starting irrigation farming, encouraging my people to engage in irrigation farming, and also to see how we can bring about getting donors to assist in the irrigation project, which at the moment I heard about a project going on, which I will key into it and encourage our people, because irrigation is a kind of venture you will be engaged throughout the year. It's not like rain feed agriculture that once the rainy season is over, the people are jobless for another 7 months. So we want this situation whereby the people will be engaged throughout the year, especially irrigation, livestock farming, which will, or livestock rearing, thinking of fishery, to encourage people to engage in fishery, to have fish ponds and poultry farming, swine, if you have the ability, and all these other animals, the livestock we have, we'll find a way of encouraging. That is the only way to go than to depend on rain-feed agriculture. So we'll try to enhance those first. Once the economic picks up, then we'll start to look at other mini factories like shoemaking, textile, design, tailoring. We'll look at many factories that can boost the economy of Michika. But first, we need to stabilize, which the easy way is through agriculture. We stabilize the economy, then before we start introducing other projects that will bring about economic development in our region. Yes, so there was a program I attended. I told them about handling insecurity. If you don't have local police, I will use, if I may use this term, just like local police, like the hunters and also the vigilante. If you can enhance that, it will go a long way in providing security to the chiefdom. At the moment, our own hunters are undergoing reform. We want to see how to identify them, to make sure that they are certified with an ID card to be sure who they are. Then we want to collaborate also with the police, the military, and all the paramilitary outfit, so as to see how we can boost our security, the security of Michika Chiefdom. So these are just some few ways we are looking at. We'll still use our own traditional institution generally, from the village head, the district heads. We're going to see how they will help us, which I have started that, encouraging them to make sure that no visitor comes into the town without their knowledge. So they should know that any visitor that comes to the town or to their own village, they should document and report to police about anybody coming uh, into their village or into their town. So this will reduce the effect or the chances of having people to come and spy on us, to be informant to other organizations that are terrible. So by so doing, we will reduce the rate at which we will be, spy upon, or the situation of having people working within to create disharmony amongst our communities. So we'll work together with the security agencies and also our own local security outfits. We'll also encourage them to see how they can protect and how they can provide security to our communities. Yeah, during my coronation speech, I make mention of using our youths in developing our chiefdom, because youths are the engine room of any development in any society. So they will not be left out in the programs of this chiefdom. We're going to make sure that the youths are mobilized for productive ventures. The issue of irrigation, I, I am planning to put my attention in. Youths will be the driving forces of these projects. So youths will be involved. We'll make sure that we engage them if possible. Those there are long-term plans also that will see how we can encourage our youths in ICT. ICT is also good. We can have workshops or have a small center where we can be training our youths, especially graduates, on computer appreciation and also use of social media to help them in marketing and other activities that are productive. So I have a lot of plans for my youths in this chiefdom, and I hope they will also be patient as we take the steps gradually. We're not going to rush into it, especially we still have some youths that are not able to go to school. We'll also find a way of helping those that cannot go to school. If they have the zeal and the qualification, we will not leave them uh, roaming the streets of Michika. We'll try to see how we can encourage them to go back to school. And we have a lot of programs for the youth, which all these that I mentioned earlier, the irrigation, the mini factories, all will need youths to, propel those projects into the right direction. So I think the youths will not be left behind. They are the main resources we have in Michika Chiefdom. They are vibrant. We have vibrant youths. We have highly educated youths. What they need is just a push, and I will make sure encourage them and give them the necessary push to take them to a higher level. Investors and other agencies that want to come into Michika to invest in whatever capacity, they are all welcome, because we will make sure that the environment is conducive for investors. Usually, it's the issue of insecurity that is a major problem which we are tackling head on these days. And I believe within the shortest possible time, we're going to have peace and good security in Michika. And with that, I believe investors' resources are safe and secured. And I believe that by coming to Michika, they will not regret it, because we have pool of intellectuals, pool of youths that are ready to work, and tireless people, a very vibrant population that will not disappoint them. And we also will make sure that their investment is secured, and the environment will be very conducive for their operations. Yes, as a traditional ruler, with the custodian of the tradition of Michika Chiefdom, I am I want the legacy to be left. The legacy I want to leave behind is the legacy of development. Legacy that people will come and build on. A solid foundation that I want to lay in terms of security, in terms of economic development. In short, I want to leave a legacy that people will one day come to Michika and call it the Aba of Northern Nigeria because of the ability, of the creativity of our youths, and which I believe once they push them just a little, encourage them, all that we need, a lot of things, magic will be performed. So I want to leave a legacy where people will look back and say, yes, I have really done my best, my own part with the help of our people to see that this land develops and becomes an economic and technological hub in the northern Nigeria. Thank you. I think these are some legacy is a legacy of peace, legacy of prosperity. That's what I want to leave behind.